We're going to go to my country here. We're going to go to the Big Ten. I'll lead us off here. We got 3 Big Ten teams we're going to go through. The first on the list is the Michigan Wolverines. 0 quad 1 wins for the Michigan Wolverines this season. And I'm trying to stay in the realm of reality here. I would love to say just start making shots. I would love to say get healthy. I would love to say all those things. But I'm going to stay with something that could actually happen, a tangible thing that could happen. I would like Hunter Dickinson to cut all ties with his podcasting partner, Marty Mush. Okay? Because this guy, Hunter, man, I swear, he's capable of being a first-team All-American no matter who he's playing with. He's that good. I really don't think there's anything that he can't do that the best centers in the country can do. But we're now a season and a half into dangerously close territory to just condemning this guy as like, if he's the best player on your team, you're in trouble. And last year we heard Hunter make excuses about it. He pointed fingers at Caleb Houston, said he needed to get ready. He pointed fingers at Devontae Jones, said this isn't the Sun Belt anymore. This year, who's he pointing fingers at? He's on a podcast with his co-host, Marty Mush, saying Zach Edey's just big. He's not good. Saying he's going to drop 40 on a team he goes out and loses by 22. You saw Armando Bacot stuff him in a locker for 40 minutes in that North Carolina game. So I would like that. I would like Hunter to maybe have a little dose of reality, look in the mirror, realize that he needs to carry this team due to depth, due to injury, due to just talent level. He needs to be the first team All-American that he can truly be to drag this team back to the NCAA tournament. Rob, how do you feel about that resolution?
I think that there's a lot of truth in it. I think that the idea that players don't have enough time to be able to go out and have lives outside of sports is something that is a little bit overblown, right? I don't have any issue. I didn't have an issue with JJ Redick doing a podcast when he was playing. I don't have an issue with Draymond Green doing his show. I don't have an issue necessarily with Hunter Dickinson doing his podcast. The issue becomes when you use it as a platform to kind of go after other people, right? Just more or less as a place where you're going to talk a little bit of shit and then you're not backing it up. That to me, that's where it's kind of like, all right, dude, look, you know what? You said that you were going to beat Arizona State by 30 and you lost by 20, right? At some point you kind of have to back it up if you're going to keep getting on that platform and running your mouth. And outside of what was it, a 2-week stretch in March last year, when has this Michigan team, as it's been Hunter Dickinson's team, been anything more than just like, yeah, they're pretty good, they're all right, they should be in the tournament? Have they? Greg, you watch them more than anybody else. No. Greg, have they?
No, they have not. And look, they were picked to be one of 2 teams to win the league last year with Purdue preseason. Never came close. This year, they were in that range with Illinois at the beginning of the season, Indiana at the beginning of the season as a true national contender. Not even close. They're on the wrong side of the bubble right now. My biggest issue is just it's. And I love that he does the podcast genuinely. I think all players should go out and, do whatever you want with your brand. That's fine. My problem is I genuinely believe that's playing some effect on his mentality of how he approaches games. He just has gone back-to-back games with single-digit shot attempts. That didn't happen once all of last season.
But is that his fault? Because most bigs need help getting the ball. So if he's only getting single-digit shot attempts, then I'm looking at what's going on, because we coming in thinking he's the best player. So if he's your best player, bigs need help getting the ball. He's not a play on a perimeter. Yeah, he can make a 3-point shot. He's not a play on a perimeter ball. Guy. He's a guy, get on the block, get it to him, and then let him go to work. So if he's only getting single digits, then there needs to be a little kumbaya amongst Michigan and say, hey, look, let's run the off. It's no different than let's be honest, that's what turned Carolina around. You start saying, hey, let's make sure Armando gets some touches. You guys are spot on what you said before. I got no problem with you talking. Just make sure you hold yourself accountable and you start pointing like what I'm not doing first. And I get it, and I'll defend him in that. If he's only getting 9 shot attempts, then everybody in that locker room needs to look around and be like, he needs to be getting at least 15 shots a game. If they're going to win,
the only thing I would say to that, RC, is given the other players on that roster, like who else are you going to guard, right? Like if you're, let's use a North Carolina example, right? If you are going to sell out to try to stop Armando Bacot, that means that you're going to leave one of RJ Davis or Caleb Love or Pete Nance just kind of all alone. I get it if you do it with Leaky Black. You're going to get burned if you do that with RJ, Caleb, and Pete Nance. If we're leaving Terrence Williams all by himself, if we're leaving Doug McDaniel all by himself, if we're just not guarding Kobe Buffkin or Jet Howard, like how concerned are you as a coach going into those games where you say we can't leave these guys? Other than Jet Howard, is there anybody on that team that you're really that worried about?
No, I mean, again, I'm not worried about them doing it, but taking open shots, they can make enough of those to make you guard him. And he's good enough to say he's just not getting enough touches. I mean, they're sitting in his lap. He's a hell of a passer. So if you cutting and moving away, you just can't throw it to him and stand. But I think there's more. This team will get better. I just think, I thought they tried a little better in the Carolina game. We know Carolina's a load. When they're motivated and dialed in, they're as good as anybody. That's why they were preseason number one. Whether people think they deserve it or they don't, they're good. They're a damn good team. So there's no embarrassment, but they showed me a little pause in that.
Yeah, and here's the truth. Carolina turned things around when we started calling them soft here on the field of 68 after dark 2 years in a row. So now we got Greg out here calling out Hunter Dickinson. And you know what's going to happen? He's going to see this because Hunter sees everything. And you better watch out because the next time he comes out there, he's going to go off for 35 and 15. I don't even know who they're playing next. He's going to get 35 and 15, and he's going to sit there in his mind and be, that's for you, G Wizzy. That's what
we should send you this game, Greg.
Remember when you doubted me, Gregory? Remember when you doubted me?
Listen, I would love to see the man get more points in a game than he gets elbows thrown at Caleb Love. I would love to see it.